this is Maninrabu from Batam. I love listening to Gold FM, only the classic hits.
I'm Sela Sadakau from Vatupula. I only listen to Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Gold Naka, I'm Vale and I'm working at Golden Grove Resort, and I love listening to Gold FM because it plays a really wide range of classic music.
I'm Saini Sakio from Kashmir Wotoka. I like Gold FM, but only the classic hits.
Gold FM, only the classic hits.
I'm Amrita Priyadarshini. This is FPC News. Tonight, new budget to strengthen Education Ministry's reforms. Hoteliers welcome no increase in tourism-specific taxes. And more than 38,000 marijuana plants uprooted by Operation Gaburakati. Education Minister Dr. Mahendra Reddy says the new budget will enhance its ministry's ability to deliver onto the reforms it has already undertaken. The ministry has received $448 million and increased by $26.6 million. Ritika Pratap tells us more.
Education Minister Dr. Mahendra Reddy says he is excited about the impact of the 2016-2017 budget in terms of ensuring that the ministry is able to deliver onto the reforms it has already adopted.
For example, the exams, we have got a new allocation for exams that, because we brought back exams. There's a new allocation for curriculum development. There's additional allocation for textbooks. We did not have any allocation for textbook last year, and we had to get money from different sections to do that.
Dr. Reddy says the new budget caters for a wide range of educational areas. He says the increment in the National Toppers Scheme budget to accommodate 30 more scholars is a result of direct feedback from students.
So we have seen a major breakthrough here in terms of accommodating more toppers who before were not able to make it because there was a limit, 600 only. So we're very, very excited about implementing this budget come 1st of August this year.
The minister welcomed the tax deduction on wages paid to students doing holiday jobs, saying it is beneficial for both parties.
Employers sometimes complain that the graduates, when they come out and join the firm, they're not able to perform. It takes time for them to get to know about the actual practical aspect of the firm, the work. In this case, the approach that the Honourable Minister of Finance has announced, we will be able to deliver finished product. Before they graduate, they will be introduced to the industry. Currently, while we have the mechanism, but industry were reluctant because they were not willing to pick up the expenses.
The ministry will receive over $26 million aid-in-kind support for the new financial year. Ritika Pratap, FPC News.
The Fiji Hotel and Tourism Association says they are appreciative of what the tourism industry has been given in the new budget. President Dixon Sito says the association is cognizant of the many challenges facing government finances and resources following Tropical Cyclone Winston. Takasa Renima has more.
The tourism industry has been allocated around $37 million in the new budget, which is an increase of about $4 million. The Fiji Hotels and Tourism Association says they are thankful that there is no increase in tourism-specific taxes.
Really, while it contributes 51% of our visitor arrivals, we are still a very small percentage of the outbound market. So there's a lot of potential there in both Australia and New Zealand, which are our key markets. One 51% and the other one 16% of our arrivals. So yeah, existing markets, emerging markets, to support the national carrier and the bigger job that they do.
Dixon Sito says they are aware of the demand on resources from the rehabilitation following the cyclone. He says now that they have an increased marketing grant of $27 million, they need to work with the national carrier to tap into new and existing markets.
We've realized that we need to work together to get the show on the road, so to speak. And there's a lot more cooperation now through our marketing subcommittee to look at what we need to do in the future. There's some softness in the market from both the airlines and hotels perspective, but we need to address that. And the increased budget will definitely help in that respect.
Sito says industry stakeholders are working hand in hand to attract more visitors to our shores.
So we haven't had an increase in the taxes that we were a bit concerned about, and also much talked about cyclone tax. There was none of that. So when you look at the budget overall, the fact that we've sort of aligned ball to last year is not a bad thing.
However, Sito says we need to remain competitive in terms of our pricing to avoid losing our market and visitors' arrival. Tokas Reinima, FBC News.
The Ministry of Health and Medical Services has received an increased budget for the 2016-2017 financial year. Health Minister Chone Usamate says some of the ministry's allocation has been listed under other ministries. Kelly Vadala has the details.
Health Minister Chone Usamate says its ministry has a mammoth task ahead, heading into the new financial year. Usamate clarified that the budget allocation for the ministry has not declined, as stated by some.
In this particular budget, some people have told me, hey, how come your Ministry of Health budget has declined from 277 million last year to 244 million this year? Well, because you need to look at the whole budget to understand what the total health budget is. This year, the total health budget, or from 2016 to 2017, the total health budget is found in the Ministry of Health budget, the Ministry of Civil Service budget, and also the Rural and Maritime budget. So in total, it comes to around 288 million, which is an increase from the figure that we had last year.
Usamate says reforms will be undertaken in the ministry to improve management style. Salaries for all government doctors will increase by 56 to 81%.
And one of the things that we've identified in the Ministry of Health, we need to strengthen the way in which we manage the contribution of doctors. You would have heard from the Minister of Finance that we are looking to enhance the remuneration of doctors.
Speaking to the general practitioners at their annual conference in Suva, Usamate reminded them of their contribution towards a healthy population.
Assist people to achieve their full health potential through the provision of preventive, curative and rehabilitative services through a caring and effective healthcare system. And that's where your role is very important. Together with the people in the ministry, the role of general practitioners is absolutely fundamental in this.
The minister says we can assist people through a caring and effective healthcare system. Kelly Vatala, FBC News.
Well, more than 38,000 marijuana plants have been uprooted by the Operation Zavuraka team currently in the Navasa Highlands. Chief of Intelligence and Investigations ACP Luke Navula says the operation is gaining momentum with support increasing from the public. Tip-offs received by the team has led to more arrests. ACP Navella says items such as generators and household appliances have also been seized due to the unexplained wealth of some of the suspects. He says a man believed to be one of the drug lords in the Navasa area continues to be questioned. The suspect had led the operation team to a farm where 5,500 marijuana farms were found. Still to come on FBC News, more trade opportunities need to be explored in the Chinese market. And Sabha thanks government for funds allocated in the new budget. Stay with us.
FM rocks. My name is Denasa and I'm from Lutoka and I love listening to Today FM.
My name is Ulamila. I work at Golden Point Resort. I love listening to Today FM. It rocks in Raki Raki.
I'm Mary from Mandera. I love listening to Today FM. Today FM rocks.
We love listening to Today FM. Today FM rocks.
Today's hit music on Today FM.
Welcome back. You're with FBC News. Now, Industry and Trade Minister Fayaz Koya says Fiji needs to explore more opportunities for trade in the Chinese market. Speaking at the roadshow of Guangdong Premium Products in Western Resort, Koya says there is a need to increase exports to China to ensure that trade flows both ways. Imports from China has increased to about $210 million in 2010 to over $600 million in 2014.
Fijian exports to China have also increased from about 5 million to 37 million in 2014, but remain comparatively low. The tourist numbers from China to Fiji have been increasing year on, and over the past 7 years there has been a tenfold increase, and that is from about 4,087 people in 2009 to 40,174 visitors in 2015.
Koya says 45% of investment projects registered in Fiji for the first 6 months of this year are from China. The Sanatan Dharam Pratinidhi Sabha is thankful to the government for allocating funds to construct a proper facility to disperse ashes of their loved ones. The walkway into the sea will be built near the Watuanga Crematorium in Suva. Kelly Vadala with this report.
The $100,000 allocation in the new budget to build this new facility is the first of its for the Sanatan Pratinidhi Sabha of Fiji.
The government has made provision for $100,000 for a Shraddha Ghat, it is called, where people, our loved ones, ashes could be cast in our...
Sarju Prasad says they have plans in the pipeline to build similar facilities around the country once the Watuanga project is complete.
Has been, I believe, provided for the Watuanga cemetery on Assese itself. But we have other programs. We would be talking to the government, and we have other people who are trying to help to build more Shraddha Ghats, in the western and the northern division.
The Sabha has once again assumed the administration of the Watuanga cemetery.
Correction Services Department has now handed over the administration and management of the Watuanga cemetery to Sri Sanatan Dharam Pratinidhi Sabha Fiji, and we would see that we will facilitate and we'll bring up better facilities, and not only that, we will bring in a modern crematorium, gas burners like that we have in 9 miles.
Work on the Watuanga project is expected to start in September. Kelly Vadala, FBC News.
The Northern Crime Prevention Carnival was officially opened at Subrel Park in Lambasa last night. Founded in 2012, the carnival has been held each year to help raise awareness on crime and help to fight it. Eleanor Turangaivu reports.
Lands Minister Meriseni Buniwanga has commended the organizers of the Northern Dovata Crime Prevention Carnival for striving to deter crime in Bonolevo. Officially opening the carnival last night, Buniwanga says fighting crime is not only the work of police.
I believe the Northern Crime Prevention Carnival is successful because it does not only help build better relations and reduce crime for its people, but it has over the years filtered down to altering people's perception on their role in preventing illegal activities. Most significantly, the carnival has revealed your potential and willingness to partner with law enforcement officers in building our community and society as a safe haven.
The North is the only division that holds this carnival. With the theme Duovata for Everyone's Safety, Buniwanga says the carnival speaks volume of the community's willingness to help stop crime.
The Fiji Police 2015 annual report showed that the Northern Division recorded the least number of crimes between the months of January to December 2015. To me, this clearly indicates the Duovata spirit of the North, the unity of communities in the North in preventing crime, and your effort towards looking out for each other's safety, which is the essence of this carnival.
Earlier in the day, people turned up in numbers to witness a march led by the Fiji Police Band to mark the start of the carnival. As well, many were there to catch a glimpse of the contestants that are vying for the crown this year. The carnival will end on July 2nd. Eleanor Turangaivu, FBC News.
More than 30 students living along Khalil Road outside Nusuri are finding it easier to travel to school now. Fulton Hogan Highways has carried out maintenance on this 500-meter road which had potholes. Resident Praveen Kumar says students found it difficult to walk to the main road to catch a bus during rainy days. A new drainage system has been built and the road surface has been graded. More than 200 people living along the Khalil Road. Well, we move on to our successful Fijian segment, and this week we talk to a man who started from humble beginnings as a tourist homestay some 26 years ago in the northern Yasawas to operating a fully fledged flashpacker resort and a shipping service. Donald de Bruce is a jack of all trades and successful Fijian who is making a name for himself and the tourism industry in the western maritime region of Fiji. Madhimbole Tamana has more.
Successful Fijians is brought to you by the Fiji Development Bank, your partner in progress.
Donald de Bruce isn't your normal learned businessman, but what the man lacks in qualification in the business arena, he makes up in bucket loads with a hard-to-match work ethic and tons of experience from operating a business in the last 26 years.
It just happened that I met a Swedish guy, and this guy came over and he stayed with us. So it's something like they call it nowadays a homestay. And he went back and started sending me guests at that time. But at that time, transportation and communication was a big hardship here in Yasawa.
Starting from humble beginnings with a homestay and a 15 horsepower outboard and a fiberglass boat, which took 12 hours to transport tourists from Tavao Island to Lautoka, de Bruce says the property he owns now and the shipping service is a testament to hard work.
First guests that came here, they used to pay us only, $5 a night. If that's sleeping in a home. And if they have a tent, they pay $3 for that. But that's including food. And they bring from the mainland about small boxes of groceries and things like that, just to add up on a meal. But most of the time we get fresh fish and things for them, for dinner. And they go with us fishing and all that. And that market has changed until you see now. It's a different level altogether, people that are traveling now.
But it wasn't all easy. De Bruce says he had to drop out from school at 5th form while boarding at Xavier College in Ba to help his parents at their copra plantation to ensure his younger siblings have a better education.
Done over here. And then I decided to go and find work in Lautoka. And I started with a security guard maybe for 2 weeks. And then I joined one construction company. So the manager said, "You come, you be your apprentice." When he saw my papers after school, woodwork and technical drawing, so I joined them. And they sent me to school. After that, when I finished, then I joined Reddy Fletcher for a few years. And then end of '89, I decided to come for a break to come and see my family. And when I came back that year, when I came here, I felt sorry for my family. I decided I'm not going to go back to work. I just have to work from here.
De Bruce now owns 3 ships that service the Yasawas and the Mamanudas, and the latest is his high-speed twin-hulled catamaran launched last week. He partners in a solar company and runs his own property on Tavao Island and manages Bekana Island Resort just off Lautoka.
To have a hotel like this, you probably must be thinking that I had a lot of money at that time to build a hotel. No. I started from nothing, and just worked my way forward. And from there every year. And it's still going now. And there's no way to turn back. You just have to keep going forward.
Bruce's advices to those contemplating being part of the tourism industry is work hard and remember to always smile. Madhimbole Tamana, FBC News.
Successful Fijians was brought to you by the Fiji Development Bank, your partner in progress.
Coming up in sports, Fiji holds back Malaysia. And 200 athletes for Melanesian Games.
आपको खरगंगा के रंजिला का नमस्कार। रेडियो फिजी की सुंदर सुंदर यादों का खजाना एकदम बचपन के दिन याद करा देते हैं।
हमारा नाम जोनी नायडू है, हम रहता है मलोलो में और हम टैक्सी ड्राइवर है। हम सब टाइम अपन टैक्सी में रेडियो फिजी 2 सुनता प्रोग्राम।
हम सिंगाटोका के हैं, हमारा नाम है रोजी, हम लोग यहाँ पे रेडियो फिजी 2 सुनता है।
राम राम, मैं रेमस प्रसाद बोलता हूँ, तब वहाँ में कोई रहता हूँ। मैं जब भी सुना रेडियो फिजी 2 ही सुनता हूँ।
रेडियो फिजी 2 देश की धड़कन।
Welcome to FPC Sports. The Fiji football team held Malaysia to a 1-1 draw in the international friendly match played at Nandi's Prince Charles Park this afternoon. Malaysia led the game in the first half before Fiji's wonder boy Roy Krishna equalised in the second spell. Vashnil Prasad reports.
It was a clash between the 186th place Vodafone Fiji football side and the 173rd ranked Malaysian side. Both sides were cautious of each other in the early stages of the game. The visitors got the opener in the 40th minute, a goal by Muhammad Amir Yaya.
Chaturan on the overlap comes in with an onto Amirul, and the shot through by Amirul, Muhammad Amir Yaya.
Malaysia led 1-0 going into the half-time break. Fiji regrouped and came stronger in the second spell. After numerous attacks on the Malaysian goalmouth, star striker Roy Krishna found a gap to score Fiji's equaliser.
Roy Krishna turns and drives, and Roy Krishna has equalised in the 26th minute of play.
The national team had more chances than the visitors but failed to take advantage. The match ended in a 1-1 draw. Vashnil Prasad, FBC Sports.
The Vodafone Fiji 7 star Joshua Tuisova will join camp by the end of next week in preparation for a spot in the Olympic team. Fiji 7's coach Ben Ryan says he will give Tuisova time off the field when he's in Fiji. Ryan believes Tuisova has played a lot of rugby for his French club Toulon for the past few months.
We're going to rest him for a couple of weeks when he comes back, so at least that, because there's some protocols we need to keep to as far as some rest times for him. You saw that after just 2 training sessions in Paris, he did pretty well. We'll have him for a month, and I'm pretty pleased about that. But Josh will, I'll manage him properly and we'll give him proper rest. He might come into camp and he'll be having, a look at what we're doing on the field, but I'm going to certainly give him some time off.
Tuisova is the only player left to join the Fiji 7's camp at Pacific Harbour. Around 200 athletes will be representing Fiji at the Melanesian Games to be held in Suva next month. Athletics Fiji will be holding its final trials in 2 weeks' time before selecting the final team. Vashnil Prasad reports.
Athletics Fiji will for the first time field one of the biggest teams during the Melanesian Games.
The final numbers will be, we'll know the final numbers next week when everybody comes in. We have coaches basically in around the country working with athletes who have been selected.
With a large contingent of athletes, Fiji is hoping to come ahead of other countries and bag some gold medals.
Not just the numbers. I think we've got some very good athletes who we saw competing during the Cokes. So definitely there's a lot of quality athletes. While
Banuvet Tambakaudoro and Leslie Copeland are trying to qualify for the Olympic Games, 4 athletes in the women's division will be competing against each other for a spot.
We've got Finau from Lautoka, Naulu from ACS, we've got Cecilia from Suva, and Yunus Mbesi.
Melanesian Games will be held from the 7th to 9th of July at the ANZ Stadium in Suva. Vashnil Prasad, FBC Sports.
Anthony Joshua defended his IBF heavyweight title for the first time with a 7th-round knockout of Dominic Breazeale in London. The unbeaten American was incredibly game, standing up to some brutal assaults by the champion, who now has 17 knockouts from his many fights. But after Breazeale was floored for a second time in the 7th, the referee waved the fight off.
Combination upstairs that rocks the head back, and then Joshua goes to work and puts him on the floor in round 7. Everybody on their feet. Breazeale fighting for his life now, and he's down again, and it's all over. Acosta's waved it off.
It's been tough. I had 2 weeks off after my last fight and got straight back in the gym. So it was tough. I get a nice little break for once, and then I can come back with recharged batteries.
Joshua's mandatory challenger is New Zealand's Joseph Parker. Fiji-born Tangela Neavoro's last-minute try was not enough as Australia lost to Wales 44-40 in Sydney. England kept his winning record in Australia, defeating the Wallabies for the third straight time. World champions New Zealand ran in 6 tries to thrash Wales 46-6. Now South Africa also managed to beat Ireland, while Samoa claimed its first win in the Pacific Nations Cup, beating Tonga. And meanwhile, England are crowned the World Rugby Under-20 Championship winners following a 45-21 victory over Ireland in the final. Joshua Tuisova and Manasseh Saulo's Toulon rugby side lost to Racing Metro by 29 points to 21 in the French top 14 final. Fiji-born Joe Rokodoko scored the winning try for the Racing Metro in the game. Fine weather prevailed over most parts of the country today. Apart from Suva and Savu, other centres had high temperatures, with Lambasa recording 33 degrees. Forecast to midnight tomorrow is fine apart from isolated brief showers over the eastern parts and the interior of the larger islands. It should be cool at night and moderate east to southeast winds fresh at times are expected. Taking a look at Tuesday, fine weather is expected, moderate to rough seas. Recapping the main stories, new budget to strengthen Education Ministry's reforms. Hoteliers welcome no increase in tourism-specific taxes. And more than 38,000 marijuana plants uprooted by Operation Davuraka team. For these stories and others, you can tune in daily to our sister radio station, Gold FM. On to our poll question, and this week we are asking, should there be a film about the Fiji Sevens team? The answer, visit our FBC website. Send us newsworthy pictures and videos as well on email citizenseyes@fbc.com.fj or share it with us via our Facebook page FBC News. And if you're on Twitter, follow and tweet us those news tips at FBC News or hashtag FBC News. You've been watching FBC News. I'm Amrita Priyadarshini. Good night.
Alango Katonesia Tugotua, Awangia Saurara, although we will take you on a TV and a market Tawa. Although Talitana, Warrona, Bula FM, and Namandu and Sir.
Pulamana Vici, Nadango Palacio Materia, one of my Nanan Bula Tabiuni, Ausatuga Nandi, and the Talitaina, Warrongo, and a Bula FM. Bula!
Bula FM, number 2 and Seri.